Hola, welcome to Fan for Spanish Materials. In today's video, we're going to learn how to say I was going to, or you were going to, or we were going to, and so on. Also, we're going to learn how to say, but they had already done it. So, first, let's learn how to say I was going to. So, to say I was going to, we're going to use the tense imperfect, past imperfect. So we're going to use the verb to go also, like I'm going to, yo voy a. But instead of saying yo voy a, we're going to say yo iba a. Yo iba a. Tú ibas a. Él, ella, usted iba a. Nosotros íbamos a. Vosotros ibais a. Ellos, ellas, ustedes iban a. So, and then after that, we're going to put a verb in infinitive. So, yo iba a correr. I was going to run. Tú ibas a viajar. You were going to travel. Ella iba a vivir en Los Ángeles. She was going to live in Los Angeles, LA. Nosotros íbamos a comprar comida. Like we were going to buy food and so on. So every time you want to use the I was going to, it's going to be this yo iba a, tú ibas a, él iba a. Again, if you want to make it negative, you just put the no right after the personal pronoun. So you say, yo no iba a llamarte. It's like, yo no iba a llamarte. I was not going to call you. Tú no ibas a decirme. You were not going to tell me. ¿Ya? Nosotros no íbamos a ir. We were not going to go. And so on. So that's how you say I was gonna, you were gonna, and so on. So when do we use this? It's like that's exactly when the same way you do it in English, when you were going to do things but then you didn't do them. Yeah. So normally you're talking about the past, right? This is the present and this is the past here, right? And you were gonna do something in the past, but something happened. You didn't do it, but you were going to. You had the intention, yeah, which is the important thing. So now let's have a look at the already, yeah. So there are many sentences when we say I was gonna do this, but something already happened, yeah. For example, I was gonna eat with my friends, but they already, they had already eaten, so we didn't eat anything at the end. Yeah. So let's have a look at this again. Here we have a simple structure, and we are gonna use the había. Habías also is the imperfect. Yeah, and uh, it's gonna be a perfect tense. I have done. So it's gonna be like I had done. I had done it. Yeah. You had done it. So it's the same had. Yeah. And it's a perfect. It's a perfect like verb here, like done, hecho, comido, estado, trabajado, hado, ido endings, and the irregulars. So it's a perfect tense. Yeah. And here we're going to use the había, habías, había, habíamos, habíais, habían, habíais. This B doesn't go here. It's just habíais. So let's practice this. Ya, it means already. Yeah. So yo ya había hecho. It's like I had already done something. Yeah. Tú ya habías vivido en Perú. You had already lived in Peru. Yeah. Ella ya había pensado en eso. She had already thought of that. Nosotros ya habíamos visto esto. Like, nosotros ya habíamos visto. We had already seen this, esto. And so on. Ellas ya habían estudiado este tema. So they had already studied this topic. Ellas ya habían estudiado este tema. So this is when you want to say, like, in the past, yeah, uh, like something is already done, you know. So normally we use this when there are two, like, moments in the past, right? So you say, okay, I was gonna do something, yeah, I was gonna do something. Um, let's say I was gonna take the train, yeah, but something had already happened before this one here. I was gonna take the train, but the train had already got, like it's already gone. So this event already happened, right, before, you know, I had my intentions. So I was gonna do something, right? But something already happened, so I'm no longer doing it, or I was no longer doing it, right? Because I was going to, but at the end I didn't because something else happened before. So when this happens, yeah, we use this había. It's something that, happened. It's something that happened and it's over, yeah, and therefore, you know, I was gonna do it, but then no anymore, yeah. So yeah, in the first part of the video, we did the I was going to, yo iba a, you were going to, tú ibas, and so on. And now here we're talking about this first action that happened already before, right? So let's have a look at some examples. Yeah. Uh, so again, see two events in the past, but one happens first, and therefore, I mean, you can explain like the reason why you didn't do it at the end. So I was gonna take the train, but the station had already closed. Same thing. So I was gonna take the train, but the station was already closed. So the station was already closed, but my intention was to take the train, right? But then the station had already closed, so I'm no longer taking the train, right? So yo iba a tomar el tren, pero la estación ya había cerrado. Yeah. Second example, we were going to travel the plane. Oh, sorry, we were going to travel, but the plane had already left. So here we can put like a but, right? But the plane had already left. Uh, íbamos a viajar, like we were going to travel. Íbamos a viajar, pero el avión ya se había ido. Like the plane had already left. Yeah. Again, yeah, we were going to do something, but the airplane had already left. I was going to take the train, but the station had already closed. Sorry, here the word but was missing. Yeah, just to take this into account. So again, you have two actions. Yeah, you were going to do something, but something already happened before, so you didn't do it at the end. And then we are going to use this había, and then we ado, ido endings. Yeah. Um, so okay, well, that's pretty much it. So yeah, how to study this. So do your Quizlet flashcards, also your notes on writing, and To practice this, you can do something is very easy. Just talk to a friend and tell them or tell her about all the things you were going to do in your life, but you never did them, and explain why. So, like when you say, like, yeah, I was gonna study this, or I was gonna live in this city, I was gonna get married, or I was gonna do, or I was gonna, uh, I could do something in my life, but at the end you didn't do it. And why? When you explain why, so you give reasons, and you can also explain like because something already happened before. So by the time you wanted to do it, then it was too late. So you use porque ya había pasado algo, because something like had already happened. So you ended up not doing what you intended to. That will be it. This is a fun conversation, and very interesting. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you in the next one. Hasta luego. Muchas gracias. Bye bye.